Khaby, the TikTok superstar who became a global sensation out of the blue without saying a single word, just with his signature style of mocking unnecessary life hacks, became one of the most recognizable faces on TikTok. He became the most followed person on TikTok, securing brand deals, meeting celebrities, winning awards, and living the dream of every content creator. But fast forward to today, his dominance isn't what it used to be. The same platform that made him a superstar seems to be turning its back on him. So what went wrong, and why has he suddenly become hated? Khaby is a Senegalese Italian whose TikTok journey began in 2020. Prior to that, he was a factory worker in Italy who turned to TikTok after losing his factory job due to COVID-19 pandemic. He started making TikTok videos during the COVID-19 lockdown with no special effects, no dialogue, and no flashy transitions, just reacting to ridiculous life hacks with nothing but facial expression and a shrug. It is fun, relatable, and funny. Even those who don't find it funny at least found it relatable. Plus, every ethnicities, countries, and religions could not only relate but also understand his content, as there was no language barrier due to the fact that he doesn't speak in his videos, and as a result, appearing to broader audience. The internet loved it and his follower count went through the roof. Why his account followers was increasing exponentially, majorly because of the type of content he was making, plus the fact that he was uploading about 6 videos per day. People were intrigued by his massive growth rate and decided to make him the #1 most followed TikToker. As at 2020 and 2021, the most followed TikToker was Charli D'Amelio, and they wanted Khaby to overtake her. As a result, people started making TikTok videos asking other people to go and follow Khaby, which you could say worked, though with the way he was uploading contents and growing, he would have still overtook Charli D'Amelio, as he was even already the #2 most followed TikToker. But we can say the campaign to make him the most followed TikToker fastened the process. Within just 2 years, he was crowned the most followed TikToker, surpassing Charli D'Amelio. After becoming so popular and achieving record-breaking followers, he started being seen with Hollywood stars, footballers, and billionaires, many of which really wanted to meet him. He was basically everywhere, on red carpets, magazine covers, and even got invited to the 2022 World Cup as a brand ambassador for the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar by QNB, a prominent bank in the Middle East and Africa, as well as him signing $1 million brand deals here and there. And that is when some of the hatred that have been brewing within his fans started surfacing. In 2020, when Khaby started TikTok, he was just another young man struggling with unemployment and trying to feed himself. And when his TikTok account started getting some traction and fun, he started putting more effort and uploading about 6 videos per day just to live off it while battling hardship. And of course, the internet loves such underdog story, which was one of the major fuel behind their reasons to push him to overtake Charli D'Amelio. But clearly and surely, fast forward to today, he's no longer an underdog, but instead he is now more or less the same type of person they were trying to see him surpass, and now they are looking for reasons to hate on him, with some claiming his videos lack creativity, some saying he's overrated. Actually, most of those angry fans or followers tend to be inventing their reasons per video. And to sort of worsen the case or give his angry fans something to talk about, he barely posts videos lately, probably about once or twice per month, and when he eventually posts, they are often an advertisement. The ironic fun fact is, the internet loves building people up, but also loves tearing them down. It is the classic internet cycle. That being said, unlike YouTube, where long-form content can have a lasting impact and also generating money for years even after you stop creating content, TikTok on the other hand thrives on what is trending now. So to stay relevant in such a space, creators must constantly evolve. Although Khaby tried evolving as well by trying to make a content that are almost his style but not necessarily simple solution to overcomplicated life hacks, though his fans love those content too. But with his effort in trying to evolve, his signature format left almost no room for such continuous reinvention. So even before he started transitioning or transforming, some of the same audience that loved his simplicity called him repetitive and overrated. Some claimed he was out of touch, whatever that means, that his content became more polished and less organic. Others said he was no longer relatable. And then there came TikTok algorithm. Social media platforms in general prioritize fresh and engaging content. TikTok, that once boasted his reach, started prioritizing fresh creators as his engagement dropped, as a result shrinking his reach. It is a pattern we have seen countless times before. Even many creators who dominated TikTok in 2021 and 2022 have seen their numbers dip. Khaby saw all this possible hating and fading with time coming from afar even before they reached him, which led to him making some decisions and investments which can be classified as wise decision or wise investments, or perhaps not so wise depending on which side of the fence you choose to be. What some of his fans might not know is Khaby's story is not unique. The internet builds stuff fast, but it also moves on just as quickly. Today's viral sensation is tomorrow's forgotten name, and Khaby was very much aware of that before it dawned on him. So the question isn't just about Khaby's, it's about the system that creates and discards creators at lightning speed. And Khaby, discovering that on time, decided to make use of the opportunity when he was at the peak of the TikTok spotlight by doing these three things: shifting platforms, expanding into other industry, and lastly, rebranding. Apart from TikTok creators' fund not being that encouraging, content there don't have lasting impact, and to continue getting paid amount that can sustain you means you have to constantly and frequently continue to make content, which is not totally the case for other platforms. As a result, he decided to branch out to YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook to boost his earning, reach, and audience, all of which worked out, as he currently has over 12 million subscribers on YouTube, over 80 million followers on Instagram, about 3 million followers on Facebook, and of course over 160 million followers on TikTok. And when you talk about expanding into other industries, he went all in, like joined the reality show industry, as he is currently among the judges in Italia's Got Talent. Some people still do have issue with this though, as they wonder what talent he has. He branched into the gaming industry, as announced in 2023 as a Fortnite skin, bringing his signature shrug into the gaming world, although it is more of a partnership than venturing. The same thing with his fashion and luxury industry D, as he has an ongoing partnership with Hugo Boss since 2022 as a global brand ambassador, appearing in campaigns and runway shows. Anyways, the major one he went all in on is the movie industry, majorly because he said he had long wanted to be an actor and hopefully getting an Oscar, probably more than once. And to begin his dream come true journey, he made a brief non-speaking cameo appearance in the 2024 action comedy film Bad Boy Ride or Die, also set for an acting debut in international spy comedy movie. To sum up his position in the film industry, he said he's betting everything on it. Oh, by the way, I think it is worth mentioning that after meeting and collaborating with football superstars like Zlatan, Mbappe, CR7 and more, and also after attending major sporting events, he decided to give football a shot.
Синие проигрывают 2-4.
The truth is, regardless of the fading and hating, TikTok doesn't create lasting fame. It creates trends, and trends by nature fade. So, does this mean the end for Khaby's fame? Not necessarily, because falling from the top or spotlight isn't always the end. Some creators find new ways to stay relevant in the space, whether it's shifting platform, expanding into other industry, or rebranding entirely. And Khaby seems to be doing exactly three of them. So the question isn't if Khaby will fade away, but rather if he will be able to succeed massively in those his new endeavors like he did with TikTok. Either way, do let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Lastly, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and hope to see you in our next video.